Mastery passes often as egotism. Again, mastery passes often as egotism. And that's by Johann, Wolfgang von Goethe. I had an interesting phone call yesterday, and it was for a marketing product. It's going to be a product that was going to help me level up on Facebook. You know, I've been hearing about it on podcasts, and listen, I know how everything is purported to be. It's the secret. So I'm not naive. I'm not opposed to paying for things that are going to help me out. But there's just so many out there. You can't just throw your money at all of them. So I had scheduled this call. You know, it's one of those things. Schedule your VIP important call. You know that tactic. Didn't know the cost or anything like that. The guy called me. And first of all, I don't know what the guy was using, Google Voice or whatever, but you can tell it wasn't like a high quality line because it kept breaking up. I could barely understand what he was talking about. You know, I was getting bits and pieces. And then the call dropped, and then he called back, and then the line was better. It was a better quality line. So I don't know if he switched or something like that, but the call, you know, I can hear every word. And that's always a process. If you ever been on anything like this where someone is selling you a service or product, they always want you to mention price first. They want you to ask about price first. This is like one of those things, you know, one of those sales tactics. And so he was like, any more questions? Yeah, the obvious question is, okay, jackass, how much? When I'm on the other side of that, one of the first things I get out of the way is how much it's going to cost them. You know, the guy tells me the price. It was one of those one-time offer. It's really this amount, but because we're on the phone now, this is that one-time offer. You're going to pull the one-time You're going to pull the one-time offer. You're going to pull out the old one-time offer trick. So that's when my defenses went straight up. I'm like, okay, so if I call you in 24 hours, I don't get that same price? And he was like, well, why would you need to call me in 24 hours? I was like, because I need to discuss this with my wife. And so all of a sudden, this guy go from like, you know, nice guy building a rapport to sales guy. This is where this quote come in, mastery. One thing I've mastered, I'm really confident in my decisions. I'm really confident in like weeding out bullshit. And I'm not even saying the guy was shady or whatever. It's just that old school sales tactic. You can't all of a sudden switch like that. You have to be ready for this objection in another way. You can't start, you know, like calling out my manhood because I have to talk to my wife. Dude, I'm 18 years in, man. Like, so a stranger, a salesperson, you can't use that on a person like me. You have to come with something different, you know. And I just laughed, and I think that pissed him off a little bit because he started saying I have an ego. He's like, oh, you got a big ego. And I'm like, no, man, it's not an ego at all. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, if you can offer that price now, give me that same price in 24 hours. And he's like, okay, but you got to put down a $150 deposit to hold your spot. I'm like, no. He started like saying I got an ego and you think you special. And I couldn't help but to laugh. And every time I laughed, he would get more and more irate, right? He would get more and more pissed off. And I'm like, I'm so trying not to laugh. But it was actually really funny. And I guess that's the part that was coming off as ego. And then his manager got on. And his manager was worse than him. He was like, well, that's why you'll never be successful and all this. And I just laughed. I was like, oh, is that a yes or is that a no? He finally said, goodbye, sir, and hung up. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that's a no.